Managing free-roaming dog populations is a global concern because the health of people and animals can be at risk. In 2012, Battle River Treaty 6 health staff, Canine Action Project, and researchers at the University of Saskatchewan collaborated to provide low-cost spay and neuter clinics. After the clinics, we wanted to find out how perceptions of animal and human health had changed. So we gave cameras to residents and held group interviews. Here's their story.
Before the clinics start, we go door to door to meet community members, collect demographic data for the dogs, and provide information about dog care. At the clinics, the dogs are spayed, neutered, vaccinated, and dewormed, and given a collar with a rabies tag. When the dogs are returned to their owners, we provide additional information about keeping the dogs healthy, and I also give out my phone number in case there are questions or complications in regards to the dog after being spayed or neutered. People often ask us about booster vaccines, future deworming, how to build shelters for their dogs, and what to feed their dogs as well.
Crystal Okamau is a water quality technician working for Battle River Treaty 6 Health, who helps organize the spay and neuter clinics. She has noticed that knowledge of dog care in the communities has improved since the clinics.
Oh, I've seen a change. Like I said, when you go to the communities and you see the dogs, it's not very often that I'll see a dog without a collar. But the dogs that you do, you know that that dog belongs to somebody, and the homeowner was informed and knows a little bit of knowledge about dog care and dog health. You know, because when they come to the clinic and when we go door to door, we try and give them a little bit of information just, you know, for the dogs. But I've noticed that not just the two most recent communities we've done, but the first two we did, when we go out there, people are still asking questions, asking for food or asking for Kelly's number or asking me about wood ticks on their dogs. And I'm like, oh my gosh, here's Kelly's number. She'll be more than happy to help you. I don't do wood ticks. But yeah, I've seen improvement for sure.
Community members have also noticed that dogs have better access to food, water, and shelter.
He's tied up, he's well fed, he's so happy, and he wasn't aggressive, and he's got his dog food there and water, and he's just a happy dog. All the girls that I was with, they just fell in love with this dog because he had like white eyes and he just looks so handsome. And he has his own blanket. He's cute.
I think they're eating more. Well, a little bit of them eating more. This dog, he's eating more. He's healthy, he's still white. Not dirty yet. He lives in a clean environment and they help each other out. They look good for each other. I think they're close. Their names are Shadow and Security. The light one is Security and Shadow is the black one. Even the young ones are eating healthy. They're not too skinny. They're just growing fast. They're more obedient and they eat lots.
And so I think she was, you know, that's just a conversation, you know, you could use straw or, you know, just the back and forth ideas that she shared with the community members. And there was a hollowed out water, I noticed like a water tank that was cut in half, and somebody put their mother dog and all her pups in there with blankets and stuff to keep them warm. So, that's conversation that, these are good ideas. You can use anything.
The clinics improved the health of individual dogs, but also of communities as a whole. When dogs were vaccinated and dewormed, residents felt safer in approaching dogs.
If they've seen a dog on the road and it has a collar, then they know it wasn't a stray, that dog belongs to somebody. To me, if I lived out on the community, that would make me feel a little bit more safer, because I know that dog's been accounted for. It's been fixed, and it's got its shots and been dewormed. I took a couple of the pictures from here, and you can see the collars in there. So myself, I know that dog was done and that it belongs to somebody. It's not just a dog roaming.
I think after this, the clinic that they had, I noticed that people talk more of their dogs, knowing that this whole operation went through. I think they have a little bit more respect for their dog, and that's what I hear more about other people respecting them by feeding them, watering them, paying attention to them more.
Dog bites are a serious concern and can affect a person's physical and psychological well-being. When there are too many dogs and they begin to form packs, people are likely to feel less safe in their communities and the risk of disease transmission may increase. After the spay and neuter clinics, we now have a database of the vaccination status of all of the dogs in the communities.
So what's cool about the database we have now, when a dog is given a rabies vaccination, that we know it's protected against rabies. When a child is bitten, or anyone is bitten, in public health there is a huge protocol to follow, because we want to ensure that there's no rabies transmission. And before we had any database or any of this work, it was every dog had to be tied up, and every dog had to be watched for 10 days for signs and symptoms of rabies infection. And that's a huge problem if no one owns the dog, or if it's a stray, or no one's claiming the dog. And now with this, if a child is bitten and if the dog was treated, we can tell that there will be no or very little problem with rabies for the child.
Like I said, my neighbor's dog, Fatso, he actually bit a couple of people that came by to visit, and I was scared for them. So I started feeding him so we could be friends, right? So now he's good to our dogs. The dogs, our kids pet him and all that, but he still tries to bite other people that come around.
I was a runner, an outdoor runner, and I ran, and there was a huge dog at every house, and they went wild. So I only ran one time since I've been there. And now I feel safer to run again outdoors because the dogs are less aggressive. I'm finding everywhere.